Chairperson FICCI Gujarat State Council, Srimati Avantika Singh, Secretary to Honorable CM Gujarat and Vice Chairman and CEO, GMB. Please, we can extend a very warm welcome to all of them, to all the dignitaries on the dais. We would now like to welcome the august dignitaries, the esteemed dignitaries in the dais, with floral bouquet and memento. Foremost, I request Shri Rajesh Kumar Sinha, Additional Secretary, Ports, Shipping and Waterways, to welcome Shri Bhupendra Patel, Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat. We would like to welcome them with floral bouquet and memento. Thank you. I would now like to request Shri M.K. Das, Additional Chief Secretary, Ports and Transport Department, to welcome Shri Sarabnand Sonowal, Honorable Union Minister, Ports, Shipping and Waterways. Thank you. I would now request Shri Vikram Singh, Joint Secretary, Ports, Shipping and Waterways, to kindly welcome Shri Jitubhai Waghani, Honorable Minister of Education. Thank you. Would now request Ms. Geeta Goradia, Chairperson FICCI, Gujarat State Council, to kindly welcome Mr. Flolo, Consulate General, Norway. Thank you. I would now request Shri M.K. Das to kindly welcome Shri K. Kailasnathan, sir, Chief Principal Secretary to Honorable CM, sir. Thank you. I now request Srimati Avantika Singh, Secretary to Honorable CM, Gujarat and Vice Chairman and CEO, GMB, to kindly welcome Shri Pankaj Kumar, Chief Secretary, Gujarat. Thank you. We'll now request Shri B.B. Talavia, Chief Engineer, GMB, to kindly welcome Shri Rajesh Kumar Sinha, Additional Secretary, Ports, Shipping and Waterways. Thank you. We'll now request Shri Sharad Sarandharan, General Manager, Business Development, GMB, to kindly welcome Shri Amitabh Kumar, Director General of Shipping. Thank you. We'll now request Shri Harshad Vora, Commissioner Transport, to kindly welcome Shri Rajiv Jalota, Chairman, IPA. Thank you. We'll now request Shri H.C. Patel, Finance Controller cum Chief Accountants Officer, GMB, to kindly welcome Shri M.K. Das, Additional Chief Secretary, Ports and Transport Department. Thank you. Will now request Captain A.B. Solanki, Chief Nautical Officer, GMB, to kindly welcome Shri Vikram Singh, Joint Secretary, Ports, Shipping and Waterways. Thank you. Will now request Mrs. N.R. Sharma, Officer on Special Duty, GMB, to kindly welcome Ms. Geeta Goraria, Chairperson, FICCI, Gujarat State Council. Thank you. Will now request Shri Kalpesh Vitlani, General Manager, Projects, GMB, to welcome Srimati Avantika Singh, Secretary to Honorable CM, Gujarat, and VC and CEO, GMB. Thank you. In order to commence the inaugural session and the international conference, I now request Mrs. Geeta Goraria, Chairperson, FICCI, Gujarat State Council, to deliver the welcome address.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of FICCI, would like to welcome Shri Bhupendra Bhai Patel, Honorable Chief Minister, Gujarat, Shri Sarbananda Sonowal, Honorable Union Minister, Ports, Shipping, Waterways, Government of India, Dr. Sanjeev Ranjan, IS Secretary, Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India, Shri M.K. Das, IS, Additional Chief Secretary, Ports and Transport Department, Government of Gujarat, Mrs. Avantika Singh, IS Secretary of Honorable Secretary to CM and CEO, Gujarat Maritime Board. I would like to welcome all the embassy officials, industry colleagues from shipbreaking, re-rollers, ship owners, environmentalists, media and others to this international conference on green ship recycling and vehicle scrapping, being organized by Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways with Gujarat Maritime Board, Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, along with FICCI as industry partner. I would like to thank the government of Gujarat in putting trust in FICCI to deliver this important conference. India is the leader in the world ship recycling sector, with 33% of the world ship being recycled in India. India is home to one of the largest shipbreaking facilities in the world, with over 150 yards along the stretch to 10 kilometers, which handles close to 6.2 million gross tons of scrap every year. It may be worthwhile to note that the Alang Sosia shipbreaking yard in Gujarat has the capacity to handle 450 plus ships every year. With India now becoming a signatory to the Hong Kong Convention, 114 yards out of 153 yards in Alang have become HKC compliant. And the country is now all geared to follow the global standards for safe, green, and environmentally sound ship recycling. The global majors are now looking at India favorably as one of the major ship recycling destinations. The most relevant benefit of green ship recycling is that it separates the valuable components like steel, aluminum, silver and brass, which can be reused successfully either in construction or making new ships, and thus saving resources for the country. And on the other hand, it isolates the harmful and dangerous substances like lead, asbestos, mercury, and oil sludge, which are safely disposed of with the help of green rice recycling process. With these positive developments, we expect a boost and a tremendous growth in the recycling industry and the business growth contributing significantly to the country's GDP. It is certainly a very vital step ahead of the 5 trillion economy by 2025 and creating huge employment opportunities for the youth, as envisaged by the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Bhai. Additionally, the secondary steel market, the furniture business and other downstream industries will also gain momentum and is estimated to increase employment from the current count of around 150,000 to 200,000 jobs. It is expected that by 2024, the ship recycling capacity will increase to more than 9 million gross tonnage, and many ship recycling yards have applied even for the inclusion of the EU list. These dynamic actions of the Indian yards will further contribute to consolidate India's position as a market leader in the recycling industry. The voluntary fleet modernization program launched by our Honorable Prime Minister on 13th August 2021 and selecting Gujarat as the model state for its implementation will push Gujarat to becoming a vehicle scrapping hub. The primary goal of the vehicle scrapping policy is to create an ecosystem for phasing out old, unfit, polluting vehicles to achieve lower carbon footprint in the country. We are sure that conference will pave the way for Gujarat, taking a lead in vehicle scrapping also. FICCI would look forward to contributing to the nation-building activities and work closely with the state government for future state initiatives. Once again, I welcome everyone to this conference, and I'm confident that the following sessions will throw more light on the opportunities in ship recycling and vehicle scrapping. Jai Hind, thank you.
Thank you, Madam, for your warm welcome words. We appreciate it. Would now request Shri M. K. Das, IAS Additional Chief Secretary, Ports and Transport Department, Government of Gujarat, to kindly share the overview of this important conference. Over to you, sir.
Good morning to all of you. Honorable CM, sir. Honorable Shipping Minister, Shri Sonowal. Education Minister, Shri Wagani. Shri Kailash Nathan Sahab. Our Chief Secretary, Shri Pankaj Kumar. Dignitaries on the dais, off the dais. It's my privilege to be addressing you on a very important subject. As you all know, Gujarat has been the growth engine of the country. Next slide, please. I will talk about Gujarat first. In last 2 decades, Gujarat has made tremendous progress. Our contribution in GDP has risen from 7% to 8.25% in just last 7 to 8 years only. While country has been growing at a great speed, perhaps the fastest growing nation in the world, Gujarat has been leading at least 2 to 3% extra growth every year. That is why from 7%, I used to speak in various forums a few years back. Now it is 8.25%, and now we are sure we will be at least 10%. When India becomes 5 trillion economy, Gujarat's share will be at least 10%. Gujarat has tremendous ease of doing business. We are once again top state there. We are the top state in terms of industrial production, exports, sea trade. We account for 40% of India's trade volume to the country. Next slide, please. Gujarat has the longest coastline. That is almost 1,600 kilometers, which accounts for 21% of India's coastline. And that presents a tremendous opportunity to Gujarat. And Gujaratis have had trade links with different countries since time immemorial. Surat, a place called Chaurasi. Chaurasi because there were 84 countries it was linked to. They're having trade with 84 countries. And when National Geography was making a film, they're trying to discover Columbus's ship. And when they went inside, they found a ship which they thought it is made in Surat and not elsewhere. So they're still doing some work before they publish. But it is a fact that India and our Gujarat and Gujarat coastal line was having a lot of activity since time immemorial. We are having 48 minor ports. Kandla, which is a major port. Mundra, though called minor as per the act since Gujarat state government, is the biggest port as on today in the country. We account for 40%. Two more ports are, greenfield ports are coming up very shortly at Chhara and Jafrabad. A lot of work is happening, expansion work happening at other ports. Very recently, in fact, last week our Chief Secretary, Chairman of the GMB, has approved India's first and perhaps world's first CNG port in the country. Next slide. As you can see, our vision is very clear. Our Mr. Kailasnathan sir, he was the chairman of, he was in the CEO of GMB and is the pioneer of this entire vision. When we started in 82 with 3% of India's cargo, one could foresee that time only that we will be major power, will be leading Gujarat's growth through the port-led economy. Today, we account for 40% of India's port volume. We wanted to offer world-class services, and I will tell you here, Pipavav, Mundra are no less than the best in the world today. They're as good in terms of efficiency, in the management, and the kind of feedback that we keep getting. Our friends are here from Pipavav, the Dutch company, they're running here. So Gujarat was the first state to live up to the expectation in terms of services, volume, and everything. Recently only, we have computerized all the ports with POMS, and we are integrating with the custom software also. So that will be further ease of operations there. Next, Gujarat has been first in several things. As I told you, the first GMB here, we established in 82 in the country. We had first and biggest grassroots refinery based on the port. We had first chemical port. Shipbreaking industry also, it was first, started in 83. So we have several first, whether it is chemical, LNG, CNG, whatever ports, we have got number one. And now, to further take it to next level, we started with the Gujarat, GMC, Gujarat Maritime Cluster, GMU, to offer courses so that we have a trained manpower here, and arbitration center also. Next. I'll talk about Alang Ship Recycling Unit. As you know, this started in 83. It has natural advantage of having 10 kilometers waterfront. The Gulf of Cambay, the tidal waves are pretty high. At the same time, slope are very gentle. So it affords a very unique opportunity to have shipbreak industry there. And we have got 151 plots, out of which 131 are functioning as of today. And we had a very minor and very small beginning. On 13th February, the first ship was brought there. And now, by now, we had 8,500 ships which has been recycled there. Tomorrow, our team is visiting Alang, and they will like to have on-the-site experience there. Next. As I told you, this Alang has a complete ecosystem. The ship owners, they go to the gas buyers, from the shipping agents, ship recyclers, waste management agency, transporters, and there is a complete ecosystem there. First, and everything is most environment friendly. People are trained. We have got two kinds of waste, ferrous and non-ferrous. Ferrous waste are sent to re-rolling and steel making, used in steel making. We recover all other waste. Idea is to have minimized waste and 100% recycling. So a lot of shops have come up there. More than 200 shops are there who are using and selling this recycled material. We have got 80 odd re-rolling mills in the nearby area only. Next. One thing I was just telling that we are fully environment conscious. Our Prime Minister is a big champion of environment. Our state government is also fully committed. In fact, we are signatory to Hong Kong Convention. 63 countries had participated in that convention. Idea was to have very clean and environment-friendly manner that ships must be recycled. And Gujarat, Government of India enacted a new law and brought a new law in 2019 for safe and environment-friendly manner recycling of the ships. This act came in 2019 only. We are the only country in this part of subcontinent where we are fully compliant with the laws. Next. But somehow we have seen that though we are very conscious about environment, we have got entire ecosystem, the competing neighboring nations are attracting some more volume. If you see the cost, the differential is just 2%. Since we are offering and giving the best scientific solutions, naturally our costs are a little more. But those were the spot buyers, the EU companies, EU countries, there are a lot of ships come for recycling here. They sell it to the cash buyers. And they sell it to neighboring country for a small gain only, very small gain. If we see the cost of the ship, its economic value, how much money it has generated, and what money is generating while being recycled, the difference is only 0.13%. For 0.13% only, people are selling to other countries, and this is a clear disincentive for being good, for being environmental friendly. So we'll request all the participants here to have a little more awareness and ensure that wherever ships are recycled, laws must be followed. We must not do any harm to environment for very small monetary gain. The toxic waste must be managed properly. Next. You can see left is our Alang, and this is our competing nation. We can see our people are having PPE kit. There is a complete training program. The hospitals, all kind of facilities are there, and things are very much organized. And this, I won't name the country, but it is in our neighborhood only. People are taking out in the high sea only. Rules are not obeyed. But just since they offered 2% extra, a lot of ships are going there. Next. In this hall only, Honorable PM had launched the vehicle scrapping policy. It was August 2021. And since then, we have taken a huge stride. Gujarat has become the leader in this policy also. We have got more than 180 ATS now approved. We have got huge capacity built up for the vehicle scrapping, what we call RVSF. Next slide, please. The Alang has a unique advantage here. The requirement for vehicle scrapping and what is available in Alang are very similar. As I told you, we have got a training institute in Alang where 15-day training program are given for safe handling of the things. Then we have got re-rolling mills. We have got waste management facility, and that too latest and the best in the country. We have got all facility there. Entire ecosystem is developed, and there's a huge catchment area, especially with the rural service coming there. Vehicles in South Gujarat and Surat also can be brought to Alang for recycling. And this can become a big, big hub. In fact, a lot of vehicles can be imported from outside after they are built. Not the entire vehicle, but after bailing, they can be brought to this place, and this can be a good place to have the business. Next. Next slide, please. We have a big program to expand our services there. First phase, we like to have the vacant 22 plots will be making operational. And the next 2 phases, we shall try to have capacity doubled. That we call phase 1 and phase 2. For the phase 1, CRZ clearance has been obtained. We have also got the land acquired. Work is going on. And the next phase, we already started working on the environment clearance and also land acquisition. So when I say second phase, it's not too long. Maybe 4 to 5 years, we like to double the capacity in Alang and provide more jobs. Right now, 15,000 people are getting direct employment there, and at least, 5 to 6 times people are getting job indirectly. We'll try to have double the income there. Next slide. What we can achieve from this seminar, today's seminar? Today's seminar is basically for exploring opportunity for recycling industry with EU member countries. Understand that how India and Alang in particular are complying with the international conventions, how much concerned we are for the environment and how much committed we are for the environment. We have to understand how Alang is already leading and want to remain number one position in ship recycling. We want to learn about the ship vehicle scrap policy, which is very recent. We have to explore the synergy between Alang's position as on today, the strength of Alang, and how we can utilize that for having vehicle scrappage also. And then we like to have world-class scrap facility at Alang, which will be good for both ships as well as vehicles. Next. As India is growing fast, as I told you, some studies, in fact, CII made a study and Government of India made a study that we will be almost $35 trillion economy in next 20-25 years. And if Gujarat is 10%, it will be $3 to $4 trillion, which is comparable to many developed countries in the world. We'll have a huge economy. So naturally, opportunities will be a lot. So far, we were mostly supplying and meeting the demands in the local economy. Now it will be export-driven. With more growth, we'll have more import and more export because we have already been able to meet the local demand. So in that case, there's a huge opportunity for India. And Gujarat being 40% of the partner in the growth story, especially in the maritime sector, there's a lot of opportunity for EU countries to participate here. Already our friends from Holland, they are working with us and they are managing the port at Pivavo very nicely. Now, different countries have a lot of strength. I will tell you, like Denmark, they have expertise in shipyards, design of ships. So Belgium is home to world-class ports. So we like to explore the possibility of working together. When GMU and GMC, Maritime Cluster, they provide a great opportunity for learning together, for innovation, and working together. So we like and invite you all to work with us, and in the mutual interest, we both will earn and we both will gain. Next. So I would like to end my presentation there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your informative address. Alang Shipbreaking Yard is the world's largest shipbreaking yard, recycling approximately 30% of all ships salvaged around the world. It also serves the society by offering employment opportunities to people and is working keeping in mind the environmental and safety measures. Let's have a look at a documentary film on it.
Hi, my name is Maria, and I am a 10,000 LDT cargo ship. And I've sailed the seas for more than a decade now, weathering many a storm and turbulence along my work life. I have tirelessly sailed across oceans and seas, glided through straits and canals, carrying thousands of tons of cargo on my robust structure. I have coal, bauxite, machinery, and so many other goods and materials. I have been fortunate that the owners and my crew have always taken extremely good care of me. But now, it's time for me to call it a day. As I approach the twilight of my life, I embark upon my final journey to the world's largest and safest ship recycling yard. I have come a long way. I have come a long way. You might be wondering, why Alang? Well, my owners have always wanted the best for me, and they were confident that only Alang would give me the respect I deserve and take care of me as I would transform into many entities. My mother, grandmother Nina, and her mother were wooden ships, and they too made their final voyage to the Indian coast in the early 1900s. Their rich wood found its way into the boardrooms and bedrooms of the society's creme de la creme. The world's biggest ship-breaking yard, Alang Saucia in Gujarat, handled by Gujarat Maritime Board manifests India's traditional culture of reuse, recycling and reprocessing. I'm sure to meet few of my sea journey friends at Alang, which has the capacity to handle 400 to 450 ships annually. The International Maritime Organization, IMO, adopted the Hong Kong International Convention in 2009 so that ships being recycled after reaching the end of their operational lives do not pose any unnecessary risks to human health, safety, and to the environment. India is a signatory to the Hong Kong Convention, and at Alang, 114 of the 131 operational ship recycling plots have acquired statements of compliance to the Hong Kong Convention. I have already started feeling euphoric as I feel I have arrived at the right place. Gujarat Maritime Board's Alang Ship Recycling has undergone continued efforts and has been adopting a best practice approach to strengthen in the areas of infrastructure, regulations, health and safety, environmental aspects, economics and marketing, and thus to contribute to almost 1/3 of the global ship recycling volume. At Alang, ship recyclers prepare recycling facility management plan specifying the manner in which each ship will be recycled depending on its particulars and its inventory. Parties will be required to take effective measures to ensure that ship recycling facilities under their jurisdiction comply with the convention. Ship recyclers prepare ship-specific dismantling plan. The plan is approved by Gujarat Maritime Board as per the Shipbreaking Code 2013. Now, what makes Alang special is the practice of standard operating procedures which comply with the all-encompassing Ship Recycling Act 2019 passed by the Parliament in ratification of the Hong Kong Convention for the environment-friendly ship recycling and treatment and disposal of the waste. Even before beaching, a thorough inspection and check is undertaken of the various documents and records of hazardous wastes by the concerned departments and agencies. After the due procedure, the ship is beached and then the next set of checks and inspections followed by the concerned agencies. Only after receiving clearance from all the concerned agencies, Gujarat Maritime Board grants permission for cutting the ship. The furniture and fixtures of the ship are carefully removed and moved to the local market for resale, thereby reducing the generation of waste. While the waste that cannot be utilized for further use are segregated and sent to the treatment and disposal facility for further treatment and disposal. The asbestos is safely removed through wet methods in negative pressure chamber system, and oily waste is sent to the authorized oil refiners. Even the paint chips removed from the gas cutting are disposed at the TSDF. The ship is then cut as per the approved plan and by the workers trained for 12 days in the Alang Safety Training Institute, operated by Gujarat Maritime Board, where each worker is certified by the IR class, a subsidiary of Indian Registrar of Shipping. The existing ship recycling capacity of Alang Saucia Ship Recycling Yard is about 4.5 million ton per annum. So, it has a capacity to reduce 7.34 million ton of CO2 emission annually as compared to conventional steel production from iron ores. Presently, Gujarat Maritime Board is in process of doubling the existing capacity. The steel so produced is sent to the re-rolling mills, where it is further processed in various useful forms for utilization in various sectors. Apart from above, a residential accommodation for about 1,008 workers is also developed to provide respectable housing for the workers. A multi-specialty hospital is also started to cater any type of incident and disease to the workers. A mobile health unit, ambulance facility, and a fire station with latest technologies is also available to handle any type of eventuality in the yard. Various welfare activities are conducted for workers and their families. Gujarat Maritime Board supports the education of about 400 children of the workers in the 2 private schools where all the facilities are provided free of cost. Gujarat Maritime Board organizes various programs and sports activities for social well-being of the workers and their families. Let's talk to a few of my friends and find out why they feel this was the best place for me.
For any task that involves risk, we consult our safety officer and follow his guidelines and instructions.
I no longer exist as Maria, but thanks to Alang and the 21,000 workers, you can find me manifest into many forms across industries and households. I will continue to live as a hope. I will continue to live as a dream. I will continue to live as a future. I appeal to all my other sea friends to come to Alang for a happy ending and beautiful beginning.
Indeed, a beautiful and informative film. Thank you. Will now request Shri Amitabh Kumar, IRS, Director General of Shipping, to kindly deliver his August address. Over to you, sir.
Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, Shri Bhupendra Patel ji, Honorable Cabinet Minister, Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, Shri Sarbanand Sonowal ji, Honorable Minister of Education, Government of Gujarat, the senior officers sitting on the dais from Government of Gujarat, my colleagues from the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Chairperson FICCI, and the Council General Arne Fallo from Norway. Mr. Efthymios E. Metropoulos, the then Secretary General of IMO, had once stated that if there were no shipping, half of the world would freeze and the other half would die of hunger. It is true that the world needs ships for maintaining the global supply chain. In India also, nearly 95% of our EXIM trade by volume is conducted through shipping. It is said every ship needs a port because unlike ships, waves never get tired. Constant onslaught of untiring waves also mean that ships need round-the-clock care and regular repairs. It is equally important for the ships to make timely assessment to see when the gradual damage to its strength because of the daily wear and tear makes it unsafe for further sea voyages. It is if these ships do not go to their grave in time, they pose huge risks to life, property, and environment. The International Maritime Organization, which is the specialized international regulatory agency of the United Nations, has developed multiple conventions for regulating ships from its cradle to grave in a safe and environmentally sustainable manner. That is, from the stage of its construction to its operation, its maintenance, and finally its dismantling. Today we have assembled here to understand what happens when a ship finally comes to its grave after completing its useful life. India has been a founder member of IMO and has also remained elected member of its council since its inception. India has a long history of strict implementation of the IMO conventions. It is of no surprise, therefore, that India became the first major ship recycling country to ratify Hong Kong Convention on 28 November 2019 and enacted the Recycling of Ships Act on 13th December 2019. The Act not only encompasses all the requirements of Hong Kong Convention, but also includes the prescriptive requirements of the European Union Ship Recycling Regulation. The ships that fall within the exempted category under Hong Kong Convention have also been kept under the ambit of Indian legislation to ensure their safe and environmentally sound recycling. The primary objective of the conference today is not only to boost ship recycling activities in India, but to also show our commitment to transparency in implementation of international requirements in the ship recycling process. The first recorded dismantling of ship had happened in India in 1912 at Garden Reach near Kolkata. But India became a global force in ship recycling only when the ship-breaking activity flourished at Alang, here in Gujarat, in the late 1970s and early 80s. Alang has become the global capital for ship recycling, largely due to two reasons. First, its natural advantage of having an extremely high tidal waves, and second, the support that the yards at Alang received from the Gujarat government and GMB, who provided requisite common amenities for training, housing, welfare, medical treatment, hazardous waste disposal, through incinerators, dumping grounds, testing facilities, etc., required for safe and environmentally sound ship recycling. These two factors have made Alang a preferred destination for recycling of ships for the responsible ship owners. As we heard today, on an average, more than 220 ships are being dismantled here, and so far more than 800 and 500 ships have been recycled. Even though India ratified Hong Kong Convention and enacted the Recycling of Ships Act in 2019, the convention requirements are being implemented in India for a long time now. In 2006, after arrival of the vessel Blue Lady, the Supreme Court of India directed establishment of a regulatory framework for ship recycling. In compliance to the directions of the Honorable Supreme Court, the Ship-Breaking Code was developed in 2013, largely modeled on the requirements of the Ship Recycling Facility as per Hong Kong Convention 2009. Since then, the requirements of the convention is being implemented in India. I am given to understand, and we just heard, that out of 134 existing yards at Alang, 114 are already certified to be compliant with Hong Kong Convention, and many have upgraded themselves to suit the EU requirement and are awaiting to be included in the EU list of approved yards. The extra compliance burden on ship recycling facilities has disturbed the level playing field to the disadvantage of Indian ship recyclers. Responsible consumption and production is one of the UN Sustainable Development Goal, SDG 12. Responsible recycling activities and disposal of hazardous material help in efficient management of our limited natural resources as it reduces wasteful production. The effective implementation of Hong Kong Convention is one of the means in the maritime sector to achieve responsible consumption and production goals. The establishment of regulatory framework of Hong Kong Convention is a challenge in itself, as it requires coordination amongst various regulatory agencies within the country. This challenge has become further compounded internationally due to more prescriptive standards set by European Union and the restrictions imposed in 2019 by the Basel Ban Amendment for non-OECD countries. India has so far taken a pragmatic and positive approach and adopted requisite requirements of EU SRR 1257 in its national legislation to enable the Indian ship recyclers to get enlisted under the EU list of approved ship recycling facilities. The European Union-owned or flagged vessels comprise of nearly 40% of world fleet by value. A large fleet like this will also pass through the same life cycle and has to be prepared for its final voyage. India has been expressing its keenness in undertaking ship recycling of European-owned or flagged vessels that have reached end of their life. However, it appears that the Basel Ban Amendment, which restricts transfer of ships for recycling from OECD countries to non-OECD countries, has become an impediment in European vessels coming to India for ship recycling. The gathering here today has to take a lead in addressing this problem, as this cannot be addressed either by the ship owners alone or by the ship recyclers. From our side, we have proposed a bilateral agreement between EU and India under Article 11 of the Basel Convention to allow the European vessels to come to India for recycling. This needs to be finalized at the earliest. We are informed, however, that the European Union is trying to find alternative solutions in their new ship recycling regulations, which shall allow the ships to come to the non-OECD countries. We feel an early resolution of this issue by the European Union will be beneficial both for the European ship owners and the Indian ship breaking yards. While Alang is preparing itself to expand its capacity, more yards are being added. As you heard, a vehicle scrappage policy has been put in place, which makes Alang a favorite destination for vehicle scrapping. I would like to conclude by saying, on behalf of the Ministry and Government of India, I would like to urge EU countries, ship owners, ship recyclers, local industries, and all stakeholders to join hand to make Alang the largest, the most efficient, safest, and environmentally sustainable recycling hub of the world. A vibrant Alang is essential to substantially reduce the global carbon footprint. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your august address. Would now kindly and humbly request Shri Sarbanand Sonowal, Honorable Union Minister, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India, to kindly deliver the inaugural address. Over to you, sir.
Namaskar. Respected Bhupendra Patel ji, the Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, respected Jitubhai Baghani ji, the Honorable Minister for Education, Higher and Technical Education, Science and Technology, Government of Gujarat, respected Pankaj Kumar ji, Chief Secretary, Government of Gujarat, respected K. Kailas Nathan ji, Chief Principal, ACM, Director General of Shipping, Amitav Kumar ji, Rajesh Kumar Sinha ji, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, respected Arnie Jan Floro ji, Consulate General, Norway, respected Rajiv Jaluta ji, Chairman, Mumbai Port Authority, respected M.K. Das ji, ACS Port and Transport, Bikram Singh ji, Joint Secretary Shipping, Srimati Avantika Singh ji, Vice Chairman and CEO, Gujarat Maritime Board, Secretary to CM Gujarat, Madam Gita Garodia ji, Chairperson FICCI Gujarat State Council, and ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends. Today is a very, very meaningful day for all of us, particularly the agencies and stakeholders involved into the industry of shipping and also recycling. And I believe today the way the government of Gujarat has handled India's biggest ship recycling center along is commendable. I am especially thankful to the Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel ji and his government for handling these particular very, very challenging tasks effectively. And whatever presentation has been made few minutes back, out of going through all this presentation, I believe all the respected stakeholders present here, they could able to develop a very, very kind of sensible sense how effectively the Gujarat's Maritime Board is handling the entire situation. And in the near future, as you have a target on green ship recycling and vehicle scrapping. So in this regard, whatever vision developed by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, in the near future, we are to follow it up very, very effectively, very, very sincerely. Because Honorable Prime Ministers always appealing to the people of the country and the globe that how we should be careful about the maintenance of environment, ecology, and to protect our biodiversity. So this is our prime responsibility. Because the healthy living of the creature on this planet Earth will have to be responsible for the preservation of our nature. And I believe to achieve that distinctive objective, we are to proceed together with a commitment that in the near future, whatever we do, we should be very much concerned about our nature, ecology and environment. Gujarat is the business gateway of India. From a historic maritime location, Gujarat is now world's one of the preferred maritime destination with around 1,600-kilometer coastline. It handles over 40% of India's cargo and is the first state in India to privatize the port sector. Gujarat is well connected with superior road, rail, and air connectivity to all the major port-based trade routes and major trade centers of the world, thereby providing immense international trading opportunities. By virtue of its strategic geographic location on the west coast of India, proactive policies and initiatives, as well as robust industrial and support infrastructure, the state has emerged as flag bearer of India's maritime success story. Gujarat is the nearest maritime outpost to the Middle East, Africa, and Europe, and has the highest number of operational commercial ports. It handles close to 40% of India's cargo throughput and contributed around 18% of the total cargo transported using coastal shipping. The presence of port-based special investment region, special economic zone, and major industrial infrastructure has propelled the cargo movement by sea in the state. Gujarat has the most extensive infrastructure in handling crude, fuel, LPG, and LNG in the country. Under the inspirational leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, India has witnessed transformational changes during the last 8 years, and no sector has been left untouched by development and innovation. Similarly, in the port sector, as per the grand vision articulated by Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, in the flagship Sagarmala scheme, out of 802 projects, worth of rupees 5.45 lakhs crore for implementation by 2035. 270 projects worth of rupees 1.12 lakhs crores have been completed. The Sagarmala program has given impetus to the thriving maritime sector in the state of Gujarat. Projects under various categories such as port modernization, rail, road, cruise, tourism, ro-ro ROPEX, passenger jetties, fisheries, coastal infrastructure, skill development, etc. have been undertaken. There are 74 projects worth of rupees 57,000 crores under Sagarmala program in the state of Gujarat, out of which 15 projects worth of rupees 9,000 crores have been completed, 33 projects worth more than 25,000 crores under implementation, and 26 projects worth of rupees 22,700 crores are under development. These projects are being implemented by central line ministries, major ports, state maritime boards, and other state agencies. Out of the total 74 projects being implemented in the state of Gujarat, 11 projects worth of rupees 1,581 crores are partially funded by Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways. Ministry has sanctioned rupees 830 crores and released rupees 225 crores, and one project worth of rupees 234 crores has been completed, and 6 projects worth of rupees 520 crores under implementation. ROPEX service in Gujarat under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, in line with the Maritime India Vision 2030, to provide cost-effective and environmentally friendly mode of transport. ROPEX ferry service has started operation between Gogra and Hazira, which has drastically reduced the distance between the east side and west side of Gulf of Khambat. Further, construction of RoPax facility between Pipawa and Muldwarka has been sanctioned, which will provide an alternative, cheaper and environmentally friendly mode of transport. Many such more routes are being explored to provide an ecosystem of passenger transport via waterways. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has inspired us to re-establish the ancient maritime glory of India. Under the Sagarmala program to promote coastal tourism, National Maritime Heritage Museum Complex at Lothal, which will showcase the 5,000 years old maritime heritage of India, is being implemented. Under seaplane services are also being implemented to connect iconic destination of the state of Gujarat. India is a leading destination for recycling of the end-of-life ship. Ship recycling takes place mainly along Sisua in Gujarat since 1983. The 153 plot, along with the 10-kilometer coastal state, is producing around 3.5 million tons of steel per year by recycling more than 200 ships each year, and that too without exploiting natural resources. Ship recycling industry provides employment to around 15,000 persons directly and around 1.5 lakhs persons indirectly. With proposed expansion plan of doubling the capacity of the yard, the employment opportunities will also get double, bringing in more economic prosperity to entire region. India has acceded to the IMO Hong Kong Convention, adopting the global standard for safe and environmentally sound ship recycling in 2009, and also enacted the Recycling of the Ship Act in 2019. Accordingly, about 105 plots have already complied with Hong Kong Convention requirement, and other as following. Some plot holders have upgraded their plot to suit the European Union requirement and had applied to the European Commission for including their plot in EU approved list of recycling yards, which is restricted due to vessel ban of prohibitions of the export of hazardous waste from OECD to non-OECD countries. These seminars and proposed visit to Alang will facilitate us in removing these hurdles. Under the Sagarmala program for enhancing skill development, Alang Training Institute has provided training to over 30,000 candidates. There has been a drop in near misses and fatalities at the shipyard. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji had announced the vehicle escapage policy last year from this same place, and my ministry is committed to facilitate the implementation of the same. We are doing a study to devise the strategy to promote it via coastal shipping. Apart from above development, a regional transshipment terminal may also be developed in Gujarat. This development may be done with cooperation of regional countries to serve hub and spoke model. This is the way, under the dynamic leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, country is taking initiative to expedite the growth of India. As you all know, under his able leadership, India could able to set its target very distinctively and also able to achieve many more milestones. And in the recent past, we have been recognized, we could able to reach to that milestone. That is, India has become the fifth largest economy of the world. So this is how I believe our country is progressing faster, and because of the Honorable Prime Minister's visionary leadership, now all the Indian ports are developing faster, and because of its modernization, mechanization, digitization, and also developing all kind of modern facilities, now our port could able to handle bigger amount of cargoes, and this is how the progress has become very much visible and distinctive. And I believe because of the Honorable Prime Minister's leadership, every Indian now could able to generate their self-confidence, and सबको लगने लगा है कि ये देश आत्मनिर्भर बनेगा। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में ये देश आत्मनिर्भर बनेगा, और उसी हिसाब से हर नागरिक अपने आप को जागरूक करने में लगे हुए हैं। और मुझे मानना है पिछले 8 साल के अंदर जो विकास हुई है, देश के हर प्रांतों को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए मोदी जी ने जो सफलता प्राप्त की है, इससे साफ जाहिर है कि हमारी शक्ति अब दुगुना होने लगा है, और हर नागरिक का मन में जो आत्मविश्वास जिस हिसाब से जाग उठी है, मुझे लगता है कि ये देश निश्चित रूप से दुनिया के सर्वश्रेष्ठ देश बनने जा रहा है। ये निश्चित है। सिर्फ एक ही बात है, हम सबको मिलकर एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत, इसी हमारे प्रिंसिपल के आधारित हमें मेहनत करनी होगी, क्योंकि माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने हमें जो मार्गदर्शन दी है, सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास और सबका प्रयास, यानी कि सबको अपनी जो कर्तव्य है देश के लिए उसको सही निभानी होंगे। हमारी जो जिम्मेदारी अपने कंधों पे है हर नागरिक की, इस जिम्मेदारी को अगर सब समर्पित भावनाओं से, भक्ति भावनाओं से, निष्ठा से अगर पालन करे, निश्चित रूप से ये देश में बसे हुए संपदा, संभावना और शक्ति को हम उजागर कर सकते हैं, और ये देश निश्चित रूप से उसी दिशा में मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में जा रहा है। और मुझे लगता है कि आज जो यहाँ ये जो सेमिनार आयोजन किए गए है, इस सेमिनार की द्वारा हमें अगले दिनों में दुनिया में जो भी अलग अलग देश जिस हिसाब से अपने काम कर रहा है, लेकिन हिंदुस्तान की अपना पहचान हम हर सेक्टर में हम बनाए और हमारी काबिलियत को हम दुनिया में दिखाए, तो मोदी जी ने ऐसा ही लोगों का मन में शक्ति जगाने का काम किया है। उन्होंने पिछले 8 साल के अंदर जो काम की है, इसके वजह से आज आप देश के हर प्रांत को आप देखिए, अरुणाचल को देखिए, केरल को देखिए, कश्मीर को देखिए, असम को देखिए, गुजरात को देखिए, हर प्रांतों को साथ लिया और सबको जोड़कर टीम इंडिया की भावना शक्ति से आज भारत माताओं को समर्पित भावनाओं से सेवा करने के लिए नागरिक के मन में जो सद्भावना, जो सकारात्मक शक्ति उन्होंने बढ़ाया है, जिसके वजह से आज हमारे देश ने अपना पहचान बनाने का काम किया है। और आज दुनिया में हिंदुस्तान का जो इन्फ्लुएंस है हमने देखी है। मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में आज नए नए काम होने लगा है। आज आयुष सेक्टर में देखिए आप, आयुष हमारे प्राचीन चिकित्सा पद्धति है। 2014 तक यानी कि अप टू 2014 आयुष को लोग देखते नहीं थे, लेकिन माननीय मोदी जी ने जैसे निष्ठापूर्वक कदम उठाए, निरंतर इस आयुष को, हमारे पुराने प्राचीन चिकित्सा पद्धति को आगे बढ़ाने का जिस हिसाब से काम किया है, इसकी वजह से आज WHO ने उनके पहला एक्सटेंशन ऑफिस हिंदुस्तान की जामनगर में स्थापना की है। तो इससे साफ जाहिर है कि ये देश मोदी जी का जो विजनरी लीडरशिप है, जो एबल लीडरशिप है, जो उनकी ऑनेस्ट एंड डेडिकेटेड एंड कमिटेड एंड हार्ड वर्किंग लीडरशिप है, इसके वजह से आज देश जाग उठा है। ये निश्चित है अगले हर कदम में हम सफलता प्राप्त करेंगे, लेकिन एक ही बात हमें हमेशा याद रखना होगा, एक साथ मिलकर हमको काम करना होगा। टीम इंडिया और टीम इंडिया की भावना शक्ति से अगर हम काम करें तो हमारा साहस, हमारा शक्ति दुगुना होगा और हमें अपने आप को दुनिया का सर्वश्रेष्ठ के हिसाब से हम साबित करने में सफलता प्राप्त करेंगे। इसी शब्दों का साथ मैं आज इस सभा में विशेष रूप से हमारे परम आदरणीय गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री भूपेंद्र भाई पटेल जी को धन्यवाद देता हूं। आपने हमारे ये जो ग्रीन शिप रिसाइकलिंग एंड व्हीकल स्क्रैपिंग का जो कार्यक्रम आपने जिस हिसाब से आयोजन की है, मुझे लगता है कि निश्चित रूप से हम सब मिलकर हमारे मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पोर्ट शिपिंग एंड वाटरवेज, गुजरात मैरीटाइम बोर्ड और हमारे फीकी और हमारे मिनिस्ट्री ट्रांसपोर्ट सब मिलकर हम निश्चित रूप से माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी की विजन को साकार करने में हम सफलता प्राप्त करेंगे। इसी शब्दों का साथ आप सबको फिर से हृदय से धन्यवाद देते हुए मैं अपने बोल को ही विराम देता हूं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
जय हिंद। माननीय केंद्रीय मंत्री जी, आपके उत्साहपूर्ण वक्तव्य के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। હવે હું ખૂબ નમ્રતાપૂર્વક અને આદરપૂર્વક આપણા ગુજરાત રાજ્યના માનનીય મુખ્યમંત્રી શ્રી ભૂપેન્દ્રભાઈ પટેલને નમ્ર નિવેદન કરીશ કે આ પ્રાસંગિક ઉદ્બોધન કરશો।
શિપ રિસાયકલિંગ એન્ડ વ્હીકલ સ્ક્રેપ પોલિસી અંગેના આ ઇન્ટરનેશનલ સેમિનારમાં મારી સાથે મંચ ઉપર ઉપસ્થિત ભારત સરકારના પોર્ટ શિપિંગ અને વોટરવે વિભાગના મંત્રી શ્રી સર્બાનંદ સોનેવાલજી, ગુજરાત સાયન્સ ટેકનોલોજી મંત્રી શ્રી જીતુભાઈ વાઘાણી, કોન્સ્યુલેટ જનરલ શ્રી ફલોલો, શ્રી ચીફ પ્રિન્સિપલ સેક્રેટરી શ્રી કૈલાસનાથનજી, ગુજરાતના ચીફ સેક્રેટરી શ્રી પંકજકુમાર, આઈપીએ ચેરમેન શ્રી રાજીવ જલોટા, ડાયરેક્ટર જનરલ ઓફ શિપિંગ શ્રી અમિત કુમારજી, પોર્ટ અને ટ્રાન્સપોર્ટ વિભાગના એડિશનલ ચીફ સેક્રેટરી શ્રી એમ કે દાસ, ગુજરાત મેરીટાઈમ બોર્ડના સીઈઓ શ્રીમતી અવંતિકા સિંહ, ફિક્કી ગુજરાત સ્ટેટ કાઉન્સિલના ચેરપર્સન શ્રીમતી ગીતા ગોરડિયાજી, દેશ વિદેશના પધારેલા આમંત્રિત મહેમાનો, મહાનુભાવો, સૌને મારા નમસ્કાર। ભારતના રાષ્ટ્રપિતા મહાત્મા ગાંધી, સરદાર વલ્લભભાઈ પટેલ અને ભારતના વર્તમાન વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદીની જન્મભૂમિ ગુજરાતમાં આપ સૌનું હું સ્વાગત કરું છું। દેશ વિદેશમાંથી આવેલા આપ સૌ મહેમાનોએ એ ભૂમિ પર પધાર્યા છો જે વિશ્વનું સૌથી મોટું શિપ બ્રેકિંગ યાર્ડ ધરાવે છે। એટલા માટે જ શિપ રિસાયકલિંગ અને વ્હીકલ સ્ક્રેપ પોલિસી વિશે ચર્ચા પરામર્શ કરવા માટેનું સર્વોત્તમ સ્થાન ગુજરાત જ હોઈ શકે એમ હું સમજું છું। ગુજરાતને આ ઇન્ટરનેશનલ સેમિનારનું યજમાન રાજ્ય બનાવવાની તક આપવા માટે વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદી, પોર્ટ શિપિંગ અને વોટરવેઝ વિભાગના મંત્રી શ્રી સર્બાનંદ સોનેવાલજી અને તેમના ટીમનો હું ગુજરાત સરકાર વતી આભાર માનું છું। ગુજરાત ભારતનું સૌથી લાંબો 1600 કિલોમીટરનો દરિયા કિનારો ધરાવતું રાજ્ય છે। વહાણવટા ક્ષેત્રે મેરીટાઈમ સેક્ટરમાં ગુજરાતનો ઇતિહાસ પ્રાચીન કાળથી વર્તમાન સુધી સુદીર્ઘ અને ઉજ્જવળ રહ્યો છે। વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદીજીના નેતૃત્વમાં હવે ગુજરાત પોર્ટલેન્ડ ડેવલપમેન્ટમાં રાહે આગળ વધી રહ્યું છે। ગુજરાત એક મેજર તથા 48 જેટલા નોન મેજર પોર્ટ ધરાવે છે। ગુજરાત સમુદ્ર માર્ગે વેપાર કરવા માટે દેશનું ગેટવે બન્યું છે। ભારતનું 40% વધારે કાર્ગો ગુજરાતના બંદરોથી સંચાલિત કરવામાં આવે છે। રાજ્યના નોન મેજર પોર્ટ્સ પરથી 2021-22ના વર્ષમાં 405 મિલિયન મેટ્રિક ટન કાર્ગો પરિવહન થયું છે, જે 2021ના વર્ષની તુલનાએ આ કાર્ગો પરિવહનમાં 4.5% વધારો થયો છે. હાઈવે, રેલવે જેવા સુવિકસિત ઇન્ફ્રાસ્ટ્રક્ચરને કારણે ગુજરાત લોજિસ્ટિક ઇઝ એક્રોસ ડિફરન્સ સ્ટેટ્સ લીડ્સ ઇન્ડેક્સમાં પણ સતત 3 વર્ષથી પ્રથમ ક્રમે મેળવી રહ્યું છે. વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદીએ પ્રેરિત કરેલા ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ કોરિડોર્સ અને ડેડિકેટ ફ્રેટ કોરિડોર્સ જેવા પ્રકલ્પનો પણ ગુજરાતને લાભ મળી રહ્યો છે. દેશના સુગ્રથિત અને સુનિયોજિત આંતરમાળખાકીય વિકાસ માટે વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદીએ ગતિશક્તિ નેશનલ માસ્ટર પ્લાન બનાવ્યો છે. મને કહેતા ગર્વ થાય છે કે પીએમ ગતિશક્તિ માસ્ટર પ્લાન અંતર્ગત ગુજરાત ઉત્કૃષ્ટ દેખાવ કરી રહ્યું છે. વડાપ્રધાનશ્રીના માર્ગદર્શનમાં જ્યારે ગુજરાત આ રીતે 2 દાયકાથી દેશનું ગ્રોથ એન્જિન બની આગળ ધપી રહ્યું હોય ત્યારે શિપ રિસાયકલિંગ કે વ્હીકલ સ્ક્રેપિંગ ઉદ્યોગને વિકસાવવાનો પૂરો અવકાશ ગુજરાતમાં મળી રહે તે સ્વાભાવિક છે. પહેલા શિપ બ્રેકિંગનો જમાનો હતો, પણ હવે તો શિપ રિસાયકલિંગ અને એમાંય ગ્રીન શિપ રિસાયકલિંગનો સમય છે. વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદીએ શિપ રિસાયકલિંગ એક્ટ 2019 ઘડીને દેશમાં ગ્રીન શિપ રિસાયકલિંગ ઉદ્યોગના દ્વાર ખોલી આપ્યા છે. જેમ શિપ બ્રેકિંગ રિસાયકલિંગ ક્ષેત્રે ગુજરાતના દરિયાઈ વિસ્તાર અલંગનો દબદબો રહ્યો છે, તેવી જ રીતે ગ્રીન રિસાયકલિંગમાં પણ રહેશે. ગુજરાત ગ્રીન શિપ રિસાયકલિંગ ક્ષેત્રે નવા સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ સેટ કરવા માગે છે અને આ નેમ પાર પાડવા માટે ગુજરાત અન્ય રાજ્ય, દેશો અને વૈશ્વિક સંસ્થાઓ સાથે સહયોગ કરવા માટે તત્પર છે. ગ્રીન શિપ રિસાયકલિંગનું હબ બનાવવા માટે ગુજરાત પાસે પૂરતું પોટેન્શિયલ, પોલિટિકલ વિલ અને પાવર ઉર્જા એમ બધું જ છે. શિપમાંથી નીકળતા જોખમી તથા બિનજોખમી વેસ્ટ પર્યાવરણ, માનવ સ્વાસ્થ્ય અને દરિયાઈ જીવસૃષ્ટિને નુકસાન કરી શકે છે. આવા નુકસાનને અટકાવવા અને સેફ એન્ડ સસ્ટેનેબલ શિપ રિસાયકલિંગ માટે મહત્વની ભૂમિકા અદા કરવા ગુજરાતનું મેરીટાઈમ બોર્ડ સજ્જ બન્યું છે. વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદીજીના માર્ગદર્શનમાં રાજ્ય સરકાર અલંગને ઊંચા દરજ્જાના ગ્રીન રિસાયકલિંગ સેન્ટર બનાવવા કમર કસી રહ્યું છે. એક રીતે જોઈએ તો સમુદ્રી જહાજ પૃથ્વી પરનું સૌથી મોટું વાહન એટલે વેહિકલ કહેવાય છે. પર્યાવરણને અનુકૂળ અને ટકાઉ વિકાસ માટે નુકસાનકારક હોય તેવા તમામ પ્રકારના વાહનોનું સ્ક્રેપિંગ, રિસાયકલિંગ જરૂરી છે અને એટલા માટે જ વડાપ્રધાનશ્રીએ ગત વર્ષે વેહિકલ સ્ક્રેપિંગ પોલિસી ઘડી આપી છે. દુનિયાભરના વેહિકલ સ્ક્રેપર્સ અલંગની ઇકોસિસ્ટમનો લાભ લઈ શકે તેમ છે. ભાવનગર ખાતે 80થી વધુ રોલિંગ મિલો કાર્યરત છે. ગુજરાતમાં વેહિકલ સ્ક્રેપિંગ ફેસિલિટીઝનું રજીસ્ટ્રેશન શરૂ પણ થઈ ગયું છે. એક વર્ષમાં 1.25 લાખથી વધુ 2 વ્હીલર, 65,000થી વધુ 4 વ્હીલ અને 12,000 જેટલી હેવી ડ્યુટી વાહનોને સ્ક્રેપ કરવા માટેની ક્ષમતા ઊભી કરવાની મંજૂરી અપાઈ દેવાઈ છે. તમે જેની કાલે રૂબરૂ મુલાકાત લેવાના છો તે અલંગ પાસે રોડ કનેક્ટિવિટી, પાણી પુરવઠો, વીજ પુરવઠો, વેસ્ટ ટ્રીટમેન્ટ પ્લાન્ટ, ફાયર ફાઇટિંગ સુવિધાઓ સુપેરે ઉપલબ્ધ છે. ત્યાંના ટ્રેનિંગ કમ વેલફેર સેન્ટર ખાતે અમે અત્યાર સુધીમાં 1.5 લાખથી વધુ કામદારોને તાલીમ આપી ચૂક્યા છે. કામદારોનું સ્વાસ્થ્ય, તેમની ભૌતિક સુવિધાઓ, જોખમી કચરાનું અસરકારક વ્યવસ્થાપન આ બધી જ અમારી પ્રાથમિકતાઓ છે. વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદીના નેતૃત્વમાં આપણો દેશ આઝાદીનો અમૃત મહોત્સવ ઉજવીને અમૃતકાળમાં પ્રવેશ્યો છે. આ અમૃતકાળ ભારતના શિપ રિસાયકલિંગ અને વેહિકલ સ્ક્રેપિંગ ઉદ્યોગના વિકાસનો અમૃતકાળ બનશે એવો મને વિશ્વાસ છે. આ 2 દિવસીય સેમિનારમાં આવા જ અનેક મહત્વના મુદ્દાઓની ચર્ચા થશે અને અનુભવી નિષ્ણાતો તેમનો ઉત્તમ વિચાર અર્ક અહીં રજૂ કરશે તેવો વિશ્વાસ છે. દેશ અને દુનિયાના શિપ રિસાયકલિંગ કેન્દ્રોને વધુ ઉત્તમ અને કાર્યક્ષમ બનાવવામાં આ સેમિનાર મદદ કરશે. સૌ સાથે મળી ગ્રીન શિપ રિસાયકલિંગને વિશ્વભરમાં વિસ્તારીએ સફળ અને શક્ય બનાવીએ. વડાપ્રધાનશ્રીએ આપેલા આત્મનિર્ભર ભારતના કોલને સાકાર કરીએ એ જ અભ્યર્થના સાથે વિરમું છું. ભારત માતા કી જય. વંદે માતરમ. જય જય ગરવી ગુજરાત.
માનનીય મુખ્યમંત્રી શ્રી, આપના પ્રોત્સાહનપૂર્ણ ઉદ્બોધન માટે આપનો પણ ખૂબ ખૂબ આભાર. I now request Srimati Avantika Singh, Vice Chairman and CEO, Gujarat Maritime Board, to extend the vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks in the inaugural session of this international conference, which will be a milestone in making India, and especially Gujarat, a leading green ship recycling as well as scrapping destination globally. I would like to thank our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Bhupendra Patel ji, Honorable Union Minister for Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India, Shri Sarbanand Sonowal ji, Honorable Minister Education, Government of Gujarat, Shri Jitu Waghani ji, for sparing time to grace this occasion and inspiring us by their presence. Also, I would like to extend our deep gratitude to Chief Principal Secretary to CM, Shri Kailashnath sir, Chief Secretary sir, ACS Ports, Shri M.K. Das ji, and senior officials from Ministry of Shipping, DG Shipping, and Chairman IPA for guiding us at each step while planning and organizing this conference. A special thanks is due to Mr. Arne Jan Flolo, Consulate General, Norway, and all other esteemed guests from other embassies and consulates for participating in the conference. I would like to appreciate the efforts of FICCI, its chairperson Geeta ji, and our team of organizers, including officers and staff of Ministry of Shipping and GMB, for their tireless efforts for organizing this event. In the end, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to all dignitaries, government officials, guest invitees, members of press and media for being a part of this landmark event. I hope this conference proves to be a stepping stone towards establishing India, especially Alang in Gujarat, as a global hub for green, environment-friendly and sustainable ship recycling and vehicle scrapping, and contribute towards realizing Honorable Prime Minister's vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam, for your warm, thankful note. And one more time, let's extend a big round of applause to all the esteemed dignitaries present on the stage and appreciate their august presence. Thank you, everyone, for being present over here. Thank you very much, sir. It was indeed a pleasure to have you all over here. Thank you. We thank the august audience also for your esteemed presence, and we request you to kindly move forward to the food court ground floor for the lunch. The media persons can move forward for the lunch at Seminar 3 Hall. Thank you. We shall reassemble over here after exactly 45 minutes for the post-lunch, the session 1. The post-session 1 will be on ship recycling industry in